All right, welcome back to the Recruit Pursuit podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Devin.
Evan Wiederspin over here as the co-host. Glad to be back.
Yeah, it's been back. It's been a while. It's been like a month and a half, something like that, I think.
A month or so, yeah.
Today we're joined by Daniel Wondie, Cheif Sealth. I say it right? Okay.
Yeah.
2022 guard. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you guys?
Real good.
Hanging in there just fine. Been busy. Good little start to the spring.
Yeah. You playing AAU?
Yes.
Who are you playing AAU for this spring? I might be jumping ahead to Evan, sorry. But
yeah, I'm playing with this team called Northwest Select with Coach Darius.
Who are some of the your teammates on there?
I have one of my teammates that also plays with me at Cheif Sealth. His name's Jalen Tatum. I have a teammate, Winston Cole, who attended Rainier Beach. Bear Johnson, also known as Jalen Johnson, who also plays for Renton, and that's off the top of my head who I can remember.
Awesome. You guys starting up some tournaments here and there. What's kind of the start of that team been looking like?
As far as tournaments, we plan to play local. I don't know exactly where. The coach hasn't told us yet for this coming weekend, but the weekend after that, we plan to go to California for I think it's the Compton Magic tournament. And then in June, we're planned to do Summer League. And I think in July, we should be going to, it's Atlanta and Dallas.
And so I know, you've been pretty involved since the high school season ended. Just talk about a little bit about your senior year at Cheif Sealth. You guys kind of had an up and down year, but really nice year for you. And you guys did have definitely a lot of positives come out of the year. What was your take on the senior year?
Senior year, me individually, I'd say I think I haven't even scratched the surface yet, if I'm gonna be quite honest. Like, this year is where I was really able to prove myself and show myself like I'm more than just a shooter, because throughout my whole high school experience until senior year, I was labeled as, oh, he's just a one-trick pony, he's just a catch and shoot, he can't do anything else. And I used that motivation to basically try to be the best all-around player I could be, getting rebounds, being a defensive vocal leader, getting steals, obviously shooting threes, but also taking it in, being deceptive, and creating for my teammates as well. So basically trying to be the perfect package in a way that a defender can't find holes in my games to lock me up as easily. But yeah, I'm very proud of myself and how I adapted to basically us having, for the most part, we're a pretty small team. Like, our tallest guy was 6'4", and he was like a guard, but we needed him to play big. So it was kind of uncomfortable having to adjust when we had to play teams like Lakeside or teams with big like that, but we persevered through it. And yeah.
What are some specific things that you worked on before the season to prove on, and what did you do to work on those things?
So for me, I've always been lanky and tall, but I needed to more so fill out my frame. So I started training with my trainer. His name's James Helms, and he's a strength and conditioning coach. And what we do for our work, mostly skill wise, how I was able to really be able to go downhill more efficiently, and learn change of pace, was because my athleticism and my strength got up. Because before, I had the skill, but I was just slow, so I wasn't really going anywhere with the dribbles. But now, working with him, we do mostly Olympic lifting, so snatch, clean, back squat, front squat, clean pulls, snatch pulls, and we mix that with track work, with speed work and plyo, so it's balanced. And usually with workouts, it's usually a one size fits all, but with him, he really looked at my body, counted how many workouts I do, how many calories I burn, and specifically designed a workout for me that I would actually grow in. And yeah, so far I'm really blossoming. I'm very happy about that. But as far as athleticism wise, I worked on my body, and for skill wise, I did what I do is Mondays. So how we designed it is Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays is strength work. So we do lower body that day, and then I can go hard in basketball, like do skill work, taking it in, like contact, like full out. And Tuesdays and Thursdays is upper body and speed day on track day. So on those days, I'll kind of like dial down the like the aggression in the workouts, and I'll mostly like get shots up or like come off screens, reads, mostly like IQ type basketball. And yeah, and I found that very beneficial for me.
And that's definitely just that's great to hear for you. I guess another one that kind of we've been talking about, me and Devin was kind of asked you about because I mean you're Cheif Sealth, you're in that Metro League.
Yeah.
How do you think going up against all the guards that the Metro League has to offer, kind of get going against that opposition like a Braden Smith or a Mason Williams, do you think that helped kind of get you to where you need to be, knowing you had to face one of those guys like a lot of the times every week?
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one of the reasons why I stayed at Cheif Sealth, other than like wanting to stay in my community and like not leave, but actually like help put on and like get Cheif Sealth's name out, was because of the competition we were in. Like I love testing myself and being able to play with the best of the best, because as you guys know, Metro League is one of the, if not the toughest league in the West Coast. So me putting myself in that uncomfortable position, I'm forcing myself to grow and actually adapt to like being full court pressed, like being forced to dribble left hand only across the full court. Like, like I just love that competitiveness. And along with that, it really shows who really wants it. Like when you play with someone that really has like nothing to lose, like an actual dog, which the Metro League has to offer, it really tests you as a player and you as a person in a whole. So yeah, I'm very happy that I'm in Metro League.
Was there one matchup in particular that you look forward to? Definitely, throughout your senior year.
Yeah. I'd say the toughest matchup I had was when we played Ingram. So when we played Ingram, I'm sure you guys know who Dennis is. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but
Yeah.
pretty big. And I'm the best defensive player on my team. So we had to play like a box one. So it's like I'd be like guarding Dennis like full court, like denying him the ball, make sure he gets no touches. And the rest of our four players would be kind of like in a zone in a way. Like, they'd close out, come back to the zone, and I'd just be trailing Dennis around. And it really worked for us. Like in the first half, like I limited him to only 4 points. I was getting like, that was like really like,
yeah, it's tough. That's a tough task right there.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that was my toughest matchup, because like he's bigger. Like I actually had to like outsmart him in a way to help us get the win. But that was by far my favorite matchup.
So we talked a little bit about the AAU team. What is it like to play with some of those guys after playing against them, in school?
I'd say like it kind of opens your eyes in a way, because like at my school, like how would I say it? So like, like in every school, like some person's their main guy, right?
Mhm.
Like in my school, like I'm the main guy, if not like the second main guy. So I'm pretty like heavy on the ball, like scoring and stuff. Like, but playing with those guys like Winston and like Jalen and them, who are also like very talented and good, like it kind of forces me to adapt to play basketball in a way that I'm not used to. Like, like really playing off ball, like setting screens and stuff like that. And I kind of like it. Like I love being on ball, but like having multiple threats on the team is way more amazing than just having one threat, if that makes sense. But
yeah. Kind of give us a rundown of, I know you're with that Northwest team. Kind of give us a little bit of a rundown of what you've been doing other than that. I mean, I know I saw you at the Brooks Rising Stars camp for one of them. What are some other things you've been involved in this year? Or since the season?
Yeah. Oh, since the end of the season?
Yeah.
Okay. Since the end of the season, I went, like you mentioned, that Brooks camp. I went to the Fab 48 Combine. I also attended the Big Drip Showcase. I wanted to attend the showcase that's happening this week in the WIBCA one, but unfortunately, I got the late notice that and everything. So I was put on the waiting list. But yeah, those are the showcases so far that I've attended.
How were those for you?
So unfortunately, like for most of the showcases, like I kind of had like ball hogs on my team, and like it was kind of hard to like really like show out. For the brick showcase, like I would say that was my very best one. Like out of all the showcases that I attended, like that's when like I displayed my defensive aggression, me being vocal on defense, me being able to grab the rebound, then go coast to coast and finish above the rim, delivering great passes, and also shooting at a very high percent and from distance, which opens the floor up for myself as well. For the Fab 48 showcase, like I said, I had a couple ball hogs on my team, but I displayed like I could shoot the lights out and play great defense. And then which one was it? For the big drip showcase, that one I wasn't same issue. I had ball hogs on my team, but again, I just I did what I could do, and I controlled my variables, which was if you can't get it on offense, you better make sure you get it on defense. So
I made exactly right.
What's I guess going into the summer, you're looking to go play at the next level. What do you think is kind of the next step for your game? I guess if you had to pick like one or two things that you could get even higher level at.
Honestly, I'd say everything. Like I want to improve everything. Like I want to be like the best I can be. Like I don't want to compare myself to anyone else, but like if I could be the best I can be, then like I'll be fulfilled. Because like at the end of the day, I don't want to be like, man, I should have done this. Maybe if I could have done that, I would have been better. Like I don't want to have no regrets. So like I want to be an even elite shooter, even greater ball handler, even greater defender, everything. Like I want to be the best at everything moving forward and getting better.
Have you been talking with any coaches throughout the year, this year and this summer for next year and beyond to the next level?
Yeah, I've mostly local. I've talked to Portland CC, Lewis and Clark College, Multnomah University, Peninsula. Those are the ones from the top of my head that I can recall that I've spoken with.
Which do any of them stand out more to you, or if that makes sense, or anyone you prefer to go to maybe, or not directly, but you know what I mean, or like what does it take for a school to get you, I guess is what I should say, or like what are you looking for?
Yeah, the one that stood out to me the most out of all of them, well, I only visited Lewis and Clark, Multnomah University, and Portland CC. Those are the only I visited. And so far for the ones that I visited, I'd say Portland CC was like, I really liked that visit, because from the moment we got there to actually from the moment I spoke with the assistant coach, which is Coach Hollis, he caught up with me at the Brooks Scouting, the camp. From the moment I had my conversation with him till now, he's just like been so like genuine and like welcoming, like a part of the family. Like I just really feel like I'm already a part of Portland CC basketball, and I haven't even like made a decision yet. But yeah, I really like their campus, their uniforms, like their facility, the way they like structure their practices and everything. Like I just really like it. And I was able to play at one of in the visit, I had an open gym and a workout with them, and I played to my best ability and I killed it. But yeah.
What was it like playing against, or like, in that environment?
They're really like aggressive. Like I have to like, when I think about it, like playing against those guys, like at first I'll get like intimidated because like, like I've never seen these players before. Like I won't know what to expect. But like once I start going, I'm like these cats are just like me. They run like me, jump like me, play like me. It's just about who has more heart. And that's what really like set me different from them. And like I gained their respect, and they're like, oh, you're actually like, you're like good. But nah, there are definitely some standouts there that are like pretty good. Like kids were getting dunked on, like or this like there was this big who was like kind of chubby, but he was hitting like fadeaway step back 3-pointers, and I was like, oh, like, I've never, this is like some like video game like 2K type stuff. But I mean, it just goes to show like how far you can get in the sport of basketball when you really work at your craft. But
that's just a JUCO level too, and I know a lot of guys don't like, or they have a bad stigma against playing JUCO basketball. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with JUCO basketball, as you saw firsthand as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when that's like the guts and the grit of the game really come out. I mean, it's
especially at that level.
Yeah, I know when it's just
you got to prove you want to go on.
Yeah, when it's small crowd and just a court there. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Let's go completely off topic now.
Yeah.
What are some NBA players you like to watch, or your favorite guys, or maybe some guys you like to model your game after, anything like that?
I honestly, I like watching. Let's see. I like watching. Can it be like old, like
sure.
past, or does that
anything?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like watching Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Who else? Allen Iverson.
I like it.
Ray Allen. Stephen Curry. Who else? I forgot his name. I know his last name is Allen. He played for the Grizzlies, and he was like
Tony Allen.
Yes.
Tony Allen.
Defensive dog.
The way him and Dennis Rodman, especially Dennis Rodman, the way he can read the ball when it bounces off the rim and just grab it like that, that's a skill in itself that's very underrated. But yeah,
100%.
But no, I mostly watch them. But yeah.
You rooting for anybody in the playoffs at all? Who do you think?
You have a favorite team?
I was honestly kind of surprised that the Celtics swept the Nets, if I'm not gonna lie. Like
the defense. Celtics defense.
But yeah. Let me see. Honestly, I want either Memphis or Celtics to win it, because I'm a big fan of John Morant.
Yeah,
so I want him to get one.
Yeah, John Morant's crazy, man.
Evan, who do you want in the playoffs? You tell me.
Dude, I really like Miami.
I
like Miami. I like the way they play. I know they kind of had, I guess, like a little hiccup there towards the end of the season. They started losing some games, but they look really good, man. If they're healthy, defensively, they can throw a lot of people at the Stars. I mean, they just held Trae Young to nothing. I mean, he was shooting under 20% from three.
Yeah, that's a good point. Suns are my favorite team since about 2012, 2013. So I'm rolling hard with them.
Yeah, I like Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Oh, wait, I'm not like caught up on the Suns series, but I like watching Jose Alvarado as well.
Man, that guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I remember, I forgot what game it was, but I think it was at New Orleans, and the game was close. As soon as he checked in, he just grasped CP, and they got, I think it was an 8-second call or something like that. And after that turnover, like it all hell broke loose. Like, it just changed. It literally changed the whole game.
Yeah, 100%.
One defensive possession.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I feel like he's the only like real authentic hooper, if that makes sense. Like I feel like every other like NBA player is like more like reserved or like filtered, like they're straight face. Like you can see the hunger, like the emotion in his face and like in his eyes, and the way like he plays defense, the way he hustles. What NBA player do you see like plays full court defense and hustles back on offense and then hustles back on defense again?
Like sneaking on the side too, and I agree with that.
That's why you miss the Tony Allens. That's why you miss the Tony Allens not in the league anymore. There's still a couple guys that do it. Marcus Smart does it.
Yeah. He got hurt today though. You guys see that? Looked like he separated his shoulder.
Yeah, dude, I did see that. Yeah.
Really bad. Evan, you have any other questions? Or Daniel, you have any questions for us?
I don't have any more for this guy.
What made you guys want to start like this, like the podcast, like getting to like what was your calling or like your why?
You want to go? You can go first.
Okay, yeah. I think the one thing that made us start it is just because we both joined the prep hoops and we both just had a passion for, letting the Washington high school athletes get some form of, exposure. I know it's very little and might not help get you an offer or anything like that, but it does let the athletes show that, interview capabilities and talking about their game and showing confidence like that. And I think you did a very good job of that today as well. And I can tell by just the way you talk that your work ethic is, extremely good. And so I think that's one thing that really made us start it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I mean, along with what Devin said, I guess, I just have a really big passion for the game of basketball. I've always wanted to, cover it, uncover players, and get people more exposure in that, just because I think the game brings a lot to people in their lives, outside of the game even. And, I always loved playing basketball. I was never the greatest athlete, but I always wanted to give back in some way. And I always wanted to be a sports writer and write about basketball. So I guess I'll blend to that. That's kind of why we ended up starting it.
That's dope, man. I'm really proud of you guys for doing this, because not a lot of guys and recruiters want to shine the light on players that the spotlight isn't on, if that makes sense. They mostly just want to follow the wave of giving recognition to players that are already recognized, rather than being different, shining the light on players, that need that chance. So I admire you guys for doing that.
I appreciate that so much. Absolutely.
I agree, though, 100%. I think a lot of the under the radar guys, especially within your conference, is a good example. The Metro League, just the big schools are the only ones that really get talked about. And there's so much more talent all around the state, honestly,
Yeah, I've always thought that, I mean, a lot of the conferences just outside of the Metro too have, the kind of the same high caliber guys. We definitely think that as well. And then some of, like you said, some of the smaller schools in the Metro League that don't have all that funding and stuff. They those guys kind of slip through the cracks, and you think, oh man, this guy's definitely got D2, D1 talent, and they just there's no one there sometimes to shed that light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the question I really wanted from you guys. So thank you for answering it thoroughly.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming on today. Definitely had fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. I can't wait to see where you play next year and beyond like that. If you ever need anything, I'm a text away. I'm sure Evan is the same. I also might know some coaches as well if you're still looking for schools. So let me know and I can reach out to a couple as well.
All right, great. That'd be very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. All right. Thank you.
All right. Yep.